Hi lovelies, we are back. This episode I wanted to do a little life update because I recorded a life update about like a month ago that I was actually gonna post. I was editing to post it, but some stuff changed and things like that, and so I felt like it would be an injustice to not update everybody on like the latest and greatest of what's been going on with me, my life, things like that, because this is essentially a mental health and lifestyle podcast. So I don't feel the need to like life update very often on the pod, but like I feel like if we're gonna talk about okay, that was annoying as fuck. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I think I was saying something along the lines of like a lot has changed since my last update, and I feel like if I'm gonna have a mental health podcast, if I'm gonna plan and script these episodes and really like do what I need to do to make the podcast evolved and get it to that place where I want it to be, I want to be transparent and I want it to be a reflection of what it actually is. And it's like the Shania diaries, my internal diaries, what's going on with me. This is just gonna be like a life, I don't even want to call it a life update video, because I'm honestly gonna be talking about life updates, things that I've just been feeling lately and kind of things like that. So this isn't gonna be scripted. We're not gonna have like the usual journal topics. Well, really, if I'm gonna hold myself accountable, I haven't been structuring my videos that way in a little bit, honestly, since I've restarted this year. Essentially, usually, for those who are new here, it's journal topic, and then we talk about elevation, entrepreneurship, being 20-something, and mental health and stuff. And so this episode, we're not doing that today. If you want an episode like that, please come back next episode, because we are definitely going back to that format. But yeah, so this is just gonna be talking, yapping to myself, because I honestly haven't had a good like yap session in a long time. I used to actually, like, when I got tired of journaling, I would record myself like in my phone notes talking to myself, or just like talking through things. And my old therapist told me like, oh, that's such a good way to like get your feelings and emotions out. So like this is like a different way of doing that. But before we get started, if you are new here, welcome, or if you're a returner, welcome back to the Shania Diaries. Here we talk about entrepreneurship, elevation, everything it takes being 20-something, trying to make it in this world and not trying to be regular. So life has been lifing. I have done a lot of self-reflection. A lot of new things have gone on this year. If I'm just going to recap, like this year so far, I've gotten a new job that I absolutely love. I got all of my stuff shipped from Texas to Georgia. I do live with my best friend and her son. That happened like last year, but like we're getting more like, now I feel like I live here rather than just like being here without my stuff, because I got my stuff out here. And I also got my car shipped out here about 2 months ago now. So now I'm in a place where it's kind of like, okay, you chose to stay in Atlanta, you have all of your stuff here, now it's time to build a life. And I'm in the early stages of building a life here. I think it's a very interesting space to be in, because I moved here a year and a half ago, it feels like, oh, you've been here for a while. But then like in my head, I feel like it's only been a couple months. Time has gone by so fast, but it's been a year and a half. So all of those things has happened, and I feel like I have had like a very positive like next steps. I feel like life has been progressing positively. But there's always gonna be bumps in the road. There's always gonna be something that's like not ideal, let's say. So one of the things that's not very ideal is that like I need to get a new car. So I'm in a place right now financially where it's like, in my head, I'm still an irresponsible young hoe. Like I'm still trying to take all the trips, spend the money on the clothes, spend the money on experiences, but then also in my career field, I'm constantly thinking and talking about finances and how to be more responsible so that you can like live the life that you want. So it kind of like clashes heads. So all that to say, I need to get my spending habits together, because I am gonna need a new car within like the next year. I don't want a new car. I'm not one of those like materialistic people who care about like cars and things like that. I'm more of like, I want to be able to take the trip, spend the money on the good food and like stuff like that. So I'm in a season where I'm gonna have to like tell myself no for at least the next couple of months. I redid my budget just for the next quarter, well, until the end of this quarter, to establish myself well for the next quarter, because my birthday's in the next quarter. I realized I have to sit with the fact that like, okay, cool, you're gonna have to be uncomfortable for a little bit. You're gonna have to be uncomfortable, you're gonna have to miss out, and that's just gonna have to be okay, because you have stuff you're trying to get to. I turned 27 this year. I'm no longer in like my mid-20s. I'm officially in like my late 20s, I feel like. But I've also been trying not to have this whole concept of like, oh, you're old, you're pushing 30. Because I don't feel like I'm pushing 30, I'm pushing 27. And when I look at like the retrospect of like 20 to 30, in my head, I'm like, that's not old, but like, because I've lived so much life and experienced so much shit, I feel old. All that to say, just doing better financially. Like, I need to do better because I need to get a car, and like, I don't need the fanciest thing, but like, interest rates are super expensive right now. Everything in life, oil, gas, whatever, everything's fucking expensive. So preparing myself and preparing my credit and my pockets to take that hit, because that hit is gonna be ruthless. Overall, praying that whatever happens with the car situation, it's supposed to happen. I need a car. I work hybrid now, so like the car is a non-negotiable. I need to get a car. Yeah, not very ideal, but something that I am working towards and working on. Another thing that's not super ideal is that, like, you know, I started this new job that I love, but like all new things, I'm struggling. And I feel like everyone keeps telling me, don't be so hard on yourself. You have to grow. You have to learn somehow. But I realized, like, in this experience that I'm not good at being bad at things. I'm not good at being like, oh yeah, I'm bad at it, but it's okay because I'm gonna get better later. I'm like, so can I get good at this like yesterday? So it's very frustrating because I have this eternal battle where it's like my identity has always been tied into me being naturally good at things, or me being able to pick up on things. And I think now it's like I'm learning that like that's not how life works. I've always done things that you were good at, and that's why it ended up working out that way. That's not how life works. So it's like, damn, okay, how do I relearn how to be a good learner, I guess? I don't know how to even word it. I don't know. Just being open and accepting to the learning process, because there's a lot of new things I'm going to be learning. That like I'm going to be a lifelong learner because I am choosing not to be mentally lazy. I do have mentally lazy habits that I'm trying to get out of. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I think we all do. But for the life that I want to live, I can't be mentally lazy or physically lazy even, and then expect like shit to be going smooth, you know? So that's also something that's like hasn't been super ideal, but it's like I see that if I work harder, there's a bunch of returns that are gonna be super, super valuable to me. So it's like, okay, cool. How do I get there? So grinding the gears out, taking my feelings out of it, that's like huge for me right now. Like I need to take my feelings out of shit and just like do it at the full capacity and just try my best and keep bumping my head until I get better. I think I don't want to bump my head because that's an indication that I'm not good at something. But we're growing out of that. We're growing out of that because I don't know what type of habit it is, but it's not a good habit. I'm like blanking right now. But not ideal. Ugh. I don't even want to bring this up, but I'm going to because I need to, and I know that it's going to help somebody, because if I were to have heard this a couple months ago or even while I was younger, I feel like I would have avoided a lot of situations. I'm single now. I'm not here to talk about my relationship. My ex was a very private person, and I still respect that, so I'm not going to talk about the relationship at all. Maybe I'm using too many words to kind of like buffer what I'm trying to say. Basically, I'm not talking about specifics in my relationship, but the things that I've learned. I don't even know how to go about this either, because like, honestly, this is very fresh, and it's something that I never expected. I've never been in love like that before, and I believe that I will be in love like that again. Not sure that that's even possible, but everything happens for a reason. I'm in a place where I'm learning myself again. And I'm learning myself based off of like the habits that I've had in the past. And so when I think about who I was when I got into this relationship, I did not like myself. And I realized that I don't want to go into another relationship where I do not like myself and where I'm at in life. Because I feel like it leads you to make decisions that don't align with decisions you would make if everything was like okay. And I'm not even saying like okay, like everything's always gonna be perfect, but just, you know, when you're hopping into a situation to avoid like your current reality. And for me, I don't think that I was trying to hop into it to avoid my current reality. I just thought maybe it would make my current reality better at the time. In some aspects it did, but in the large scale of things, now looking back, like I don't want to do that again. I want to make sure Shania's straight. I was in a place last year when I got into the situation where I hated living in Georgia. I hated the fact that I sold all of my shit and moved out here. I hated that I lived with my mom. I hated that I had no car. I hated that I had no friends. I was very, 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 very lonely. A lot of the times when I was outside hanging out, having a good time, it was with people I was dating that would introduce me to their friends, things like that. And I just realized I was at a point where I was like, that ended up blowing up in my fucking face. That ended up blowing up in my face because I've always been an independent person. I've always had my own shit going on. And not saying that I stopped having my own shit going on when I got in a relationship. I never had shit going on out here to begin with. I had just started that job that was supposed to help me like get to a better place in life and end up being fucking terrible. So going through that as well, crying every day after work, like it was just like so much was going on. And at the same time of all this going on, I was trying to be superstar, be there for my relationship, be there for my friends, be there for my family, when I was not there for myself. I tried to be there for myself. I didn't have enough time to, because all of my energy was every which way else. And that was not good, because it manifested into problems, not only just in my relationship, but with myself and with others and things like that. Luckily, people in my life know me, they know my heart. And they knew that it was just a season, but for that season, I did hurt people, and I was hurt in that season as well. And it kind of led me to the space of like extreme self-reflection. I'm not even gonna say that I've been on the search now for the meaning of life, but I've been on the search now of like, it's back to just Shania. I have all this stuff going on for me now. Let's start creating the life. Let's start making friends, going out of your comfort zone, things like that. Because when I first moved to Texas, like I had no choice but to do those things. Because I didn't have any friends, I didn't have no buffer. I had to go places by myself. I had to go to networking events by myself. I had to put myself out there, and then therefore built the life after 4 years. And I haven't taken the chance to do that in Atlanta at all yet. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm excited about doing it, but I'm also like very nervous. There's no more excuses. What's the excuse? You got the car, you got your own apartment, like you have the job, you have all of the potential to get everything you want out of this life and out of this season of life. So it's like, there really is no more excuses. I sat with my heartbreak, still sitting with my heartbreak. I don't think that that's anything that's gonna go away, but I'm sitting with it, and I'm at the point where it's like, I can be sad and still progress. That's really even the reason why I'm making this video, because I wanted to like take a fucking break. I wanted to take a break, feel bad for myself, and like lick my wounds, but there's really no point in doing that. We're young, we feel like we have all the time in the world, and we don't. So all the time I'm spending licking my wounds, I could be trying to progress and make my life better. I already told y'all 2 situations that weren't ideal, like the finances and the new car, and not being very good at my job yet. Those are things that I can work on while also working on myself. Like I've been picking up a lot of good books as well that I've seen people recommend on like TikTok and things like that go over healing, love, the meaning of it, like things like that. Because there's a lot of things that I also want to decipher within myself and heal within myself. It was a huge learning lesson, and I'm disappointed in some of the things that I've realized about myself, but I'm also proud of some of the things that I realized about myself. And I think that's a part of the journey, is being able to like self-reflect and realize like, okay, cool. I don't want to hyper-fixate on negative things, because it wasn't a negative experience. It was just a life experience. And that's just where I'm at. So like, wanted to bring it up when I'm just like, okay, cool, only focusing on myself, things like that. And people are like, wait, did you just say you're in a relationship? No, not anymore. And that's okay. And so to fill up this time, I want to relearn myself, like relearn what my values are. What do I like about myself? What do I not like about myself? And I want to fix. I want to get into like EMDR therapy my friend was telling me about, that helps with trauma. I have a lot of trauma, and I feel like the reason I react and respond to certain things certain ways are trauma responses. So I feel like getting into that therapy will be really well. Like I said, I picked up a lot of good books. I've been listening to a lot of good podcasts. I've been getting back into like just having some sort of schedule or structure for myself. I'm getting back into working out and fitness. Like I had a personal trainer, but like my best friend, she's becoming a personal trainer. And so being able to support her by being one of her clients, and then also, you know, being able to help myself, I think that's great. I'm gonna start taking group fitness classes like boxing and dancing. I have 2 left feet. I don't know how to fucking dance, but it's just something different for me to do. And something for me to like tap into myself. I want to feel confident again. I want to feel confident within myself, not even just looks wise, but just brain wise. I want to be confident in my decision making, be confident in all those aspects again where I feel like I'm not. And I did hit a period over the last couple of months where I felt extremely insecure, and I couldn't understand why. And I think it was because like I was trying to fit in this box for all of the people that I loved, even though they did not ask me to do it. Not at all. I think it's, again, just a trauma response of me like growing up in different environments, being a chameleon, being the person that I felt like that person wanted me to be, that I was just fucking exhausted. And I was like, fuck. Like a lot of times I was myself, but there were certain moments, in important moments, where I wasn't myself in all different types of relationships. So just growing comfortable with like who I am. I don't want to go into 30 still like being a chameleon. I don't want to go into 30 still feeling like I'm losing myself after any type of breakup, friendship breakup, relationship breakup, family breakup. I don't want to feel like that. And I'm not saying I don't want to feel sad, because I feel like being sad and then like being in a depressive episode for months are two different things. Like you can feel the emotion and keep doing what you need to do. Yeah, those are, I don't know. I want to go to more networking and socializing events. Like I want to be a socialite. Mom thing, I did the wife thing. I want to do the socialite thing. You know, I bottle girled, I bartended. I did all these socialized things in like Texas on like a nightlife scale. Like now I want to do like more on an event socialite kind of scale, a more elevated experience, I would say, that I want to start going to and interacting with. And it's gonna be so hard. Like there's an event at the gym next weekend for Memorial Day that I signed up to go, but I'm so scared. I'm so scared, but I told myself, just go. You never know what's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna go, fuck it, I don't know. But I'm gonna be honest, I am scared about it, but it's something different and it's something that aligns with what I say that I wanna do. I wanna meet new people. We spend $300 a month for that gym membership, so there's gonna be people who are on shit, like, I don't know. But meet more like-minded people, experience new things, all of that good stuff. Something else that I've been working on is like not seeking validation from anybody but myself, like not family members, not other people, only God the Most High and me. That's the only validation I need, and being okay with that. So that journey is gonna be very interesting. And I've decided, like, with a part of me figuring out my schedule, I decided that I think what I want to do is like, because I do like vlogging, I don't care if nobody watches it, I like vlogging. I think it's fun. I think I'm gonna switch off. Like one week it'll be a podcast episode, next week it'll be a vlog. And as I go and as I pour into myself and this journey all over again and genuinely do it full throttle, I'll see what people like more. And if you guys want more podcast episodes, I do not mind sitting and yapping more. Or if you guys want to see more of what I'm doing to try to like liven my life up here in Atlanta, like hell yeah, take y'all along with me on that one too. But we'll just see with time, just so I don't stress myself out and like I can actually make sure that it's genuine and I'm just not just trying to just shoot at the fucking wind. Making all that content and it not be quality or not be like exactly what I want, I don't feel like there's a point in that. I've also been praying on it a lot of like what this journey is supposed to look like for me. What does God want from me? What my next steps are. And I have decided that I'm gonna slowly but surely revamp my social media management and marketing business. And I'm doing it starting off with those closest to me. And I'm very excited about that. It is something I'm passionate about and it's something that I know that I could be successful in. I think it's just like growing in this area again. Like, okay, cool. I started the business back when I was popping, getting views, understand the metrics, things like that. Social media changes a lot. I need to get back on it. Between social media algorithms, AI, all this other shit, there's a lot of stuff I need to learn, but I'm not afraid of learning it. So I think that's the exciting part, is that like I'm in this space where like I am being a learner. Like going back to before, I'm not good at being bad at things. So I think as I'm learning all this new stuff, I'm gonna have to work that muscle and be okay with, okay, this is not ideal, I'm not that good at this, but I'm still trying. And as I keep trying, things are just gonna get better. That's just how growing and learning work. Another part of me like praying on what I should be doing next is that I'm getting another certification professionally. So that's really exciting. This test is really hard. Not even gonna hold you. This test is really fucking hard. And I failed it before in the past, like back in 2022, 2023. And it really bogged me down. It really affected my mental health. I definitely felt like I was a stupid, dumb, idiot loser. I know that's not the reality of the case, but that's how I felt. And so studying for this test again, going at it again now 3-4 years later, I'm excited to really push myself and see what I can do and kind of just get that confidence back about myself. I know I'm gonna feel so freaking accomplished if I pass this test. I already know I am, because I am gonna pass this test. So going back into like studying and grinding mode, it's just gonna be a whole different look for Shania, y'all. Like a whole different look. And I'm really excited about it because like all of it is about me and all of it is pouring into me and what I want. It's only gonna make me a stronger, better person. It's gonna be really hard though. It's already been really hard. And I sometimes don't feel like I'm strong enough for the journey, but like the fact that I'm even making these realizations and taking the little steps every day lets me know that I'm strong enough. It's just the devil trying to make me feel like, nah girl, you can't do it. Because the minute I start doing it, start popping it, like it's over with. It's over with, because that's just how it works. Like the first thing that Satan used against us was doubt. Like he made Eve doubt what God said to her. And like, that's the one thing that I just be thinking in my head is like, that's like one of the devil's greatest skills, getting you to doubt what you know that you heard. And I know that I've heard this, and I know I've heard it multiple times on multiple different things. Everything I'm saying is not things that I've said once. It's not things that I plan to do once. It's actually things I plan to do multiple times. I just haven't done it. And I'm at the phase where it's like, I'm not gonna be 30 still trying to accomplish and do lessons that I should have just buckled down and did in my 20s while I'm still young, have the energy, things like that. These are the times, it's never gonna get easier than this. And my mom tells me not to say that because like, I'm gonna be like manifesting, like I should be manifesting that my life should be getting easier. But I just mean the fact that like I have no kids, I'm not married, I'm early in my career, so I have, the world is literally my oyster. And yeah, and I'm young and I'm hot, like, sorry, I had to add that in there. So I know that I'm like, the only limit that I have is myself. And when you get older, it's like, oh, I don't have the energy, I have the kid, I have this, I have that. I don't have any of that. So it's like, this is the time to go get it, and the time to like really like do what I need to do. I've been trying to get off my phone more and just not be so like tapped into social media, things like that. I'm not gonna lie, I have not been doing a good job at that. I've been honestly still trying to distract myself from those complex emotions, and I'm working on it. Like day by day, even if I could take an extra 30 minutes off of social media, it's progress. I'm tired of trying to like fucking climb Mount Everest overnight. Cause me, I was type to be like, yep, gotta get to it. In this new spirit of focusing on myself, I got some new sheets that I absolutely love. It's this one. I got some cherry sheets because I just felt like it was so cutesy girly. I started back getting myself flowers for like my bathroom, my room. I started going back to like at least trying to like listen to a sermon every morning. Just little habits that keep the wheels turning and keep me going. So I'm really happy about that. And I don't know. We'll see where this journey takes us, y'all, because I'm not trying to fall into the same shit that I did last year. I'm not. Every couple years you're supposed to elevate, and I was like looking at my Snapchat earlier because, you know, Snapchat prompted me to log in. So I go and look, and I was just like, I was so fucking sexy in 2023. Mind you, 2023 is the year my dad died, in December. But like that summer, I was big sexy, y'all. Like, so sexy, so talented, so young, so energized. The world's my oyster. I feel like nobody could tell me shit about shit. And not in an ignorant way, but like on some like, you can tell me your opinion, but like that's your reality, that's not mine. And I want to get back to that. And with all this learning and growing, I still have so many fun things ahead. Like I have my Dallas trip to visit my best friend for her birthday. I'm going to Aruba later this year for my other homegirl Ty's birthday. My birthday's still coming up. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for that. So it's like a lot of fun stuff is coming up. Life is what you make it. So let's make it rock. I'm getting back into trying to bulk, and like I did tell y'all that I was getting back on my fitness shit, but like I'm trying to be 15 pounds heavier. I'm trying to look like Scotty the Body and Megan Thee Stallion. Like I'm definitely getting, like I'm trying to get back on like some really like real big sexy shit. Like I'm trying to take a picture on the back of a jet ski in Aruba, like the look back at it pose. Yeah, I'm trying to hit one of them. But all in all, yeah, getting back to the things that make me who I am and not being ashamed of it. Getting back to like, what are my values? What do I think about myself? What do I believe to be the truth? And like really like standing firm in that and not letting it waver or shake for anybody. Being okay with who I am. All of those good things. Like the whole like self-discovery shit. And I feel like even though we didn't do the whole segment thing, I really do feel like I hit like all the points. Like mental health, that part we hit. Entrepreneurship, revamping my business, we hit that one. And elevation, starting my new testing journey, really focusing on like my mental health, reading more books, expanding my horizons more in that retrospect. With all that said, I do have a lot of fun stuff coming up for not only the podcast, but like for my vlogs. Like I feel like self-care has always been looked at as boring, or like getting back to yourself is always looked at as boring, but I'm gonna start taking group classes, y'all. I'm gonna start like really, again, like just going out and doing the things, like, and putting myself out there and seeing where it goes. I don't fucking know. Like the worst that could happen is I can stay in this place. The best that can happen is I can get everything I want. So that's really the majority of the update. Like, you know, life be lifing, but this is my life and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it and I'm okay with it. And I think that it's only gonna get better because I believe it's gonna get better. and that's all that matters. If you are in a space in life where you're just like having a hard time navigating your 20-somethings, you are trying to figure out what is right, what is wrong, what is left, right, up, down, come be a part of this beautiful community that I am trying to build. Mental health should not be taboo. Figuring out your 20s should not be isolating. I'm gonna wrap this up though because this video wasn't even meant to be super long, but if you need anybody, I'm here for you. Do not forget to follow me on all of my socials. But I love you guys. Stay positive. Keep being introspective. Keep pushing to make yourself better because it's only gonna benefit you in the end. I love you guys and I will see you next video.